Thank you, Mr. Chairman and Ranking Member Matsui for holding this hearing. The beauty of being one of the last members in seniority is your questions get all asked. I do have one. But before I get there, I just want to say that as the United States enters the World Radio Communications Conference in 2027, we must enter it with a unified voice, a clear, forward-looking policy agenda that modernizes global spectrum frameworks, ensures safe, interoperable, and resilient communications networks, and continues to drive innovation and economic growth both here and around the world. And we have to acknowledge that the United States is not starting from a position of strength, unfortunately. As many of my colleagues and our witnesses have noted today, and it is not lost on me that the next conference will be held in Shanghai. This context matters. Our strategic competitors are not only investing heavily in next-generation communications technology, but are also actively shaping international standards and governance models in a way that may not reflect our values of openness, transparency, and the free flow of information, as Ms. Alexander alluded to. Mr. John, given the enormous economic value that unlicensed 6 gigahertz spectrum generates for the United States, how should policymakers think about the growing global competition between the U.S. model of unlicensed Wi-Fi in 6 gigahertz and China's model of licensed-only cellular use?
Thank you for the question. And one helpful thing this cycle is there is no 6 gigahertz agenda item. So we're able to continue protecting what we had established the past 4 years. But you do highlight a very valid point. You see this dichotomy of countries that continue to do mobile IMT and 6 gigahertz, and then the others that are doing Wi-Fi and LASIS uses. And I think the key difference nowadays is when we were advocating for WRC-23, we said, yes, 6 gigahertz unlicensed, but we didn't have alternative spectrum to point toward. I think the narrative has changed quite a bit in this administration, thanks to you all, the Spectrum Auction Authority being restored, and renewed focus on additional bands that could be available, right, for IMT. And so as we go forward, we now have multiple options at our behest. So it's possible that 6 gigahertz does get greater traction across the world, and we can move and have IMT and non-6 gigahertz bands.
And what's at stake for the American technology leadership if more countries follow China's approach?
I think we've highlighted global scale, device costs, market access. These are all at stake.
Thank you. And for any of the witnesses in my last couple of minutes, is there anything we have not asked you that you think we should have asked you as we prepare for the conference? Yes, Ms. Alexander.
So we spent a lot of time talking about WRC because of the importance of spectrum in space, and we've talked about the Plenipotentiary Conference and the importance of elections and U.S. leadership. But there are other decisions that are going to be made at the Plenipotentiary that have the potential to impact America and Americans. And one of those is whether or not to convene the third treaty conference of the ITU that we have not discussed, which is the World Conference on International Telecommunications. And that updates the international telecom regulations. That doesn't happen on a routine basis. It has to be a decision of the Plenipot to convene that treaty conference. That conference has not been the most pleasant for us. In 2012, we actually walked out of that conference with 50 allies and did not sign that treaty because there were provisions that would have regulated the internet in ways that we don't like. And we can expect the Plenipotentiary to have that conversation again. And in addition to bad proposals on internet or cyber, we have to be concerned that there might be a treaty conference to regulate AI. So again, this is why I keep saying Plenipot is important, not just the WRC. So it's important that we look at this cycle of meetings.
Thank you for that, and I yield back.